to know that a lot of handicapped people today are involved in sports. Hello, I'm Jerry Newcombe. Welcome to Indian Interest. Today we're going to talk with 3 people about this issue, including Jürgen Schmidt, who's the president and founder of an organization dealing with water sports. In fact, it's called the National Handicapped Watercraft Riders Association. Also with us is David Rafter, who's involved with the National Handicapped Sports of South Florida organization, and Laura Durrell, who's a physical therapist involved in the same organization. She's program coordinator. And Jürgen, let's start with you. Before you were handicapped 4.5 years ago, did you ever think that handicapped people did sports?
No, not at all. In fact, I hadn't really even paid that much attention to handicapped people other than my observations, you know, on a daily basis with going in and out of places, but I never really thought about it that much.
But after you got handicapped about 4.5 years ago, what did you learn to the contrary?
Well, I learned that it's a challenge. A lot of the things that I didn't do before, I wanted to get involved in because it posed a very substantial challenge to me personally, and some of the things that I was involved in before, I just pursued even more so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk with David Rafter. You've been handicapped for how long?
Since July 16th, 1980.
Okay, and tell me about your handicap.
I'm a T3 paraplegic as a result of a spinal cord tumor. It wasn't a traumatic accident, as you know, with many spinal cord cases. And I'm from the Buffalo, upstate New York area outside of Buffalo, and I relocated to South Florida about 10 years after less than that, I became paralyzed in 1980, so it was about 5 years later in 1985, after I'd completed and attained my college degree, that I had a job offer and a chance to relocate to South Florida, which I jumped at because I wanted to pursue life in a warmer climate.
And tell me specifically about sports. I mean, what kind of sports are you involved in?
Sports has really been one of the liberating things for me. You had mentioned about, you know, being handicapped and getting involved in sports, and you know, I was really handicapped until I became involved with sports. Sports has really expanded my boundaries and horizons, and individuals like Jürgen, and thanks to individuals like Jürgen and Laura, I don't feel like I'm handicapped or restricted.
But again, give me some ideas. What kind of sports are you actually involved in?
The sports I've been involved with in recent years have been scuba diving, kayaking.
You scuba dive?
Yes.
That's great. You kayak.
Kayaking, jet skiing, hang gliding, water skiing.
You hang glide?
Yes.
That's great. I don't do half the stuff you mentioned. That's fantastic. That's great. And you don't find that many limitations?
No limit. The only limitations we face in life are those we impose upon ourselves. If someone's willing, we have a great organization with professionals such as Laura and people with clinical and experience. Everything we do is extremely well supervised, well planned, and well organized. For instance, when we go hang gliding, the staff at Miami Hang Gliding takes specific care in attending to all issues that might be related to our safety and health concerns.
Okay, thank you, David. And let's also talk with Laura Durrell. And Laura, you're a physical therapist?
Yes.
And how long have you wanted to be a physical therapist dealing with the handicapped?
Actually, you know, I understand my profession is quite popular these days, but my interest has gone way back to my childhood. Always wanting to combine sports, physical therapy, and disabilities. As I got into graduate school, I became more aware of people with disabilities, and with my personal interest in sports, I became very acutely aware of how it's possible really to get these people involved. So I just kind of got my feet wet.
We have about 10 seconds to wrap up. How about a concluding thought on sports and the handicap in 10 seconds?
Well, I think that with programs like ours here, it's an outlet, and just give us a call and let us know what we can do for you.